So what's going on, everybody? In this video we're going to take a double dip into the swamp. No, I didn't say double D's in the swamp, and we'll get to those later. No, I'm talking about MVD Rewind Collection, MVD 4K LaserVision Collection of The Swamp Thing and The Swamp Thing. Yeah, I got both of them recently, and so I want to talk about these movies. I've watched the 4K of this. Haven't watched Blu Ray yet, but these are awesome releases. Special features, packaging, everything is top notch. So we want to unbox this and talk about the movie on the channel, and I'll let you know my thoughts on The Swamp Thing in 4K. What are we waiting for? Let's go. So what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the JeffMan316 Pop Culture Reporter channel. I'm your host, as always, JeffMan316. And today, like I said in the intro, we're going to be talking Swamp Thing on Blu Ray and Swamp Thing on 4K. I'm going to unbox these, show you the cool special features. We're going to talk about them. And I want to start the video by thanking cinemaclassics.com. I'm a friend of the person who runs cinemaclassics.com. I know him from a Facebook group. Got with him early. He was able to get me these movies. I bought them basically for what I would pay for them on Amazon, and he was able to get them to me earlier in this week. Already had a chance to watch the 4K, so I got them early, and it even says on here, get items before street date most of the time. Free shipping when you buy 6, and you get 1 free. So it's got a phone number on here. I'm not sure if I should share that, but either way, it's cinemaclassics.com. So let's get into the review. What I'm going to do is I'm going to unbox these first. If you're not familiar with the MVD Rewind Collection, this is number 51 for anybody taking count there. This is Swamp Thing, and it's already been released on Blu Ray before from Shout Factory. But either way, love that cover. Look, it looks like the classic VHS MVD Rewind Collection. Look, it's got a staff picks, movies unlimited recommends. Please rewind before returning, and premium recording in EP mode sticker at the bottom. So to make it look like the old VHS style covers. And then here's the back cover artwork. A lot of verbiage on there, as they say. Just a little picture of Miss Barbeau getting her breasts taken care of by a Swamp Thing. I'll go ahead and tell you the special features. You get the PG rated theatrical version, it's 91 minutes. You get the unrated international cut, which is 93 minutes. Both versions restored and remastered. Audio commentary with writer-director Wes Craven, moderated by Sean Clark for the PG version, and audio commentary with makeup effects artist and monitored by Michael Felsher on the PG version. Tales from the Swamp with Adrienne Barbeau. Hey Jude with actor Reggie Batts. That Swamp Thing, a look back. Swamp Screen, Design in the Monster. From crew to comics, how the mainstream shaped a radical genre voice featurette. Theatrical trailer for photo galleries, and then it's got the original English mono track, which I watched. I'm pretty sure the 4K's got the same thing, the original English mono track on it. Thought it sounded good. I thought that there was no chance of the dialogue and the music, one drowning out the other. I thought they really did a really good job. Speaking of soundtracks, not to skip ahead, the score on this movie is made by Henry Manfredini. If you don't know who he is, he's from Friday the 13th fame. You're going to hear some musical cues which will remind you from Friday the 13th. But I love the score of this movie. That's one of the things that makes it cool. But here, I'm skipping ahead too much. Let's go ahead and unbox this thing. There's the Blu Ray and the K slipcover, basically the same thing, other than this doesn't have like the sticker artwork on it. Same at the back. Here's the disc artwork. Matches up with most of the other MVD Rewind collections. Here is the poster that you get free in there. Basically matches it. So that's kind of cool. Love the poster artwork. And then it doesn't have reversible cover artwork because you couldn't use this. It doesn't have anything for the spine. but it does have artwork on the inside, so I like that. So it's basically the DC comic book legend lives. Swamp Thing, starring Louis Jourdan and Adrienne Barbeau. And so Ray Wise, who plays the doctor that turns into Swamp Thing, gets no love, doesn't even get any damn credit for being in a movie, even though he's one of the major characters for most of the movie. So they're the only two leads that didn't get any credit on here. Ray Wise is mentioned on the back. And then Arcane is the character that's played by Louis Jourdan. I guess that's how you pronounce it. He was in Octopussy. And I'll say his acting style in this basically is like another Bond villain. I mean, he plays a classic, not even a comic book, basically a classic like James Bond type villain wanting to take over the world, that kind of thing. So I thought it was kind of cool. I like it. It's directed by Wes Craven, if you didn't know that. And so I don't think he's very keen on this movie. One of the funny things that I'll put a clip in here is I was listening to the commentary, which exists on the 4K, and he was talking about how the movie was okay, and that he said it had great poster artwork. So it's almost like he's half-ass apologizing for the movie.
That said, I'm glad I made it, and it was an adventure, and you know, and it had a great poster. What more can I say? It was a great poster.
So here's another example of the great artwork. And I'm not sure, I watched a pretty good YouTuber talk about this release, and they said it was in a style of a Laserdisc. It's not a Laserdisc. And this is obviously number one in the collection. This is the MVD rewinds, like their first 4K, the 4K LaserVision. So I guess that's where the confusion is, where it says LaserVision there. This is not a Laserdisc cover, and I'll tell you how I know that. But before so you're going to be able to look at the poster, and I'll tell you. The 4K, you actually get the PG and the international cut, and then it's basically got the same special features ported over on the Blu Ray that's inside. So there's the difference. There's no reversible cover artwork. Here's the 4K disc. The Blu Ray you've already seen, it's basically the exact same disc. And here is the poster for that. I love this movie, and I wanted both releases since it's their first 4K release, and I love their MVD Rewind collection for the poster and everything. Okay, look. So here's how I know it's not a Laserdisc. Number one, Laserdisc usually didn't have this little notch cut out of the bottom. A lot of the ones I'm going to tell you about did. And then look at the top. It's actually got where you can open this up, and this part slides out. This is a CED RCA SelectaVision video disc design, not a Laserdisc design. And so you might want to know, Jeff, well, how in the hell do you know that? Well, because my father and I own some of those. And here's one from Jaws. Now, some of them, like I said, had the little indentation. It's there. It's just the cover's covering it up. It was basically the way you would put your hand on it to put this like a laser disc in a player and pull it in and out of the hole.
That's what. If you say that's what she said one more time, I'm gonna pop you.
Yeah, I know I said that. But either way, here's the back cover of that. But look at the top. This part comes out. If you guys would like to let me explain this in a video one day, maybe I will, but I'm not going to bore you here. That's what you get in the 4K. So both of these releases are good. I haven't watched the Blu Ray, but I did watch the 4K. I'm going to just tell you that the transfer is amazing on this for something this old from the 80s. I didn't think it could look this good. It does. I highly recommend it. A lot of it's because it's outdoors and there's a lot of scenes with sunlight in it. Man, you can really see all the details in the trees and the swamp, on the water. Adrienne Barbeau's curly hair and her, you know what this is famous for. More of that later. But it almost does a disservice, though, to the Swamp Thing creature because it's so good. You can really see how plastic his costume is. But you need to overlook that. It's a really campy, fun live action superhero movie from back in the day. I really like it. It doesn't take itself too seriously, even though it plays everything seriously. Ray Wise does a great job as the doctor. I don't know if you know, Ray Wise played Laura Palmer's father on the Twin Peaks series and the Fire Walk with Me movie, and then that was by David Lynch. And then Adrienne Barbeau obviously is basically in everything cool from the 80s, from Creep Show to Escape from New York to Swamp Thing. Now, so she is basically what makes Swamp Thing so famous. So, as I said, both of these include the PG cut and the unrated international cut. Now, what's the difference? Now, I created a video a while back talking about why I was so excited about this release, and it was because of that. The original DVD that came out when it first came out from MGM had the international cut on it, and it was a mistake. And so any that were released after that and on the Blu Ray that was released by Shout includes the PG cut. And what's the difference? The main difference is when Adrienne Barbeau and Swamp Thing finally join forces and she's in the swamp and she's taking a bath, there's several seconds, and I mean really long shots of her bathing with her breasts sticking out of the water. And let me just tell you, you think they look good in anything else in 4K?
Your tits are stupendous.
Yeah, stupendous.
You got perfect nipple placement, baby.
I don't know. I didn't study them that much to know about the nipple placement, but either way, I think it looks good. Now, the thing about it is, that's what it's most famous for, the international cut, having scenes of Adrienne Barbeau extended. But there's more to it than that. I don't know what else is in there, and I'll need to do some research, but I will tell you this. There's a party scene at the end when the bad guy thinks he's won, and he's basically bringing everybody together in his mansion. And when they enter the mansion and the party that they're throwing, before they get to the table where they're eating, there's an extended scene where they go through the crowd, and there's a model standing there who turns around, full-blown naked breasts right there on the screen. So you don't just get one set of boobies.
No titties! No titties!
No, Eddie, no, there are not one. There's not even just one, there's two. So you get two extended nude scenes in this movie that was supposed to be PG. Now, I don't even know. I'll have to go back and look at my original DVD and the Shout and see. It wasn't on that back in the day. I don't remember it. Everybody was just so, I guess, excited when they found out about the Adrienne Barbeau clip on that first MGM DVD release. But these are highly recommended. I'm sure the Blu-ray looks just as good and sounds just as good. It's got all the same special features. You get the poster, everything. MVD knocked it out of the park. This is amazing. I really love it. I couldn't recommend these more. They're going to come out this coming week. So when you're watching this, they haven't been released yet, but they will be. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to find them in stores, but if not, if you don't get them off Amazon, go to cinemaclassics.com. They've got them. Like I said, and they cut me a sweet deal on these. So even back in the day, I'll go ahead and let you know, I did when I did that funny video, I'll probably throw that at the end of this, where I poked fun at the fact of Key and Peele and some skit acting like they're watching Adrienne Barbeau getting naked, down in the swamp. But either way, so have you seen Swamp Thing? Do you like it? It's one of those, to me, one of those cheesy, like guilty pleasure type movies. I'll always love Swamp Thing. I always have. So what do you think of Swamp Thing or these releases? Or are you going to buy them? Put all that in the comments down below while you're down there. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I don't know what you're doing, what you're waiting for. Come on now, we have fun on this channel. And then after you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell. You'll know when I post new videos like unboxings and other things like this. So until next time, boys and girls, this has been JeffMan316. I'm your pop culture reporter, and I'm signing out saying you guys be safe out there.
Check that shit out.
What is that?
Whew. I didn't know they made them like that.
I don't even understand what I'm seeing.
Ooh. I would love to see what's under there.
I mean, I have no idea.
Well, we obviously have some idea,
I don't.
No, it's a vagina.
Yeah. Or maybe it's a little face under there.
No, it's definitely gonna be a vagina.
Why?
But because she's a girl and girls have vaginas, man.
What is that?
What is a vagina? It's a woman's reproductive organ. What? Are you being serious right now?
Thank you. That is all I require.